Hi guys, welcome to week 8 of distance learning. I can't believe it's been so long already, but I just wanted to walk you guys through the slides. I know most of you guys don't need my instructions anymore, but they're here in case you want them. So this week we're changing gears a little bit. We're transitioning from geology and into life science. So we looked at what the fossil record tells us. We looked at what that tells us about when animals were alive and what kinds of extinctions they were and all that kind of stuff. But now we're wondering, how do those extinct animals connect to the animals that we see in modern times today? And what similarities do they have? And how can you tell if they're related or not? So this week is called Descendants of Dinosaurs. And this is what you're going to be doing. There's 4 different activities. And so the activities are, before I mention that, I do want to mention the showcase. So it's been awesome and so encouraging to see the work that you guys have been doing and the way that you guys are creating respectful comments and asking questions about one another's projects and just engaging with it. We are going to open it up to the teachers this week so that they can take a look at it and also give you comments as well. And then you can also start responding to the questions that you see posted on your posts as well. But yeah, we are very proud of you guys, and we really hope that it's helped you guys think about how your everyday actions can make a difference in the world. So back to week 8. So for week 8, there's 4 different activities that you're going to do. The first one is a mini lesson on convection. So you had to figure out last week how exactly do these plates move in the first place and kind of try to piece it together on your own. And so we gave you a description of how it actually works. And then you're going to be looking at some vocab because now that we're moving into life science, a whole new set of vocabulary that is good for you guys to know. And then there's 2 investigations. So are dinosaurs more closely related to crocodiles or to chickens? And then are whales more closely related to elephants or to fish? So those are the 2 things that you're going to be working your way through, or 4 things, I should say. So for the lesson on convection, this slide here has some information. This is what your Pangea should have looked like. The continents are all rotated around and put together like a puzzle. And it was one giant landmass. And we can tell that it was one giant landmass because of the fossils that were found. Animals were walking from continent to continent because there wasn't an ocean between them. So how exactly did those pieces all move? This is the answer. So at the core of the Earth is really hot. The core of the Earth is really hot, and there's this layer of magma, and there's the Earth's crust. So like I said earlier, it's like an eggshell. So you have the crust of the Earth, which is like an eggshell. So think hard-boiled egg when all of that shell is cracked. And then underneath it, this mantle, like the white part of the egg, and the core is like the yolk of the egg. So the core is heating up the white part, and as it does so, that hot magma is going to become less dense. That means the molecules move farther apart. The magma becomes lighter than the magma around it, and so it starts to rise, just like the hot air balloon, just like the hot air from the candle, etc. So that hot magma is going to rise up, and then as it does so, it's going to hit the crust or the eggshell, and then when it hits the crust, it can't really go through the crust except at volcanoes, so it just ends up circling alongside of the crust and coming out like this. And as it does so, once it hits the surface, once it hits the crust, it starts to cool down. So it's now far away from the core, so it starts to cool off, become more dense. Those molecules move closer together, so it becomes heavier than the magma around it, and so it starts to sink back down where it gets heated up by the core again and just continues this cycle. So it's like a giant conveyor belt that's going on underneath the Earth's surface, and these plates just move along top of that conveyor belt. Okay, so I think most of you guys got something close to it and kind of figured it out, which is awesome. That's what we're hoping for. So that's the answer to how the plates actually move. And Alfred Wegener didn't know this at the time. And no one knew this at the time. So everybody thought he was crazy. So that's convection. So you just have a couple questions to answer. So watch this quick video and then compare it to your explanation from last week. See what you got right. And then summarize how convection makes the plate move in your own words, just so that we can tell that you understand what's going on. Now that you understood that and you understand how fossil record helps us to piece together history of the Earth, stuff like that, now we're moving into life science and how fossils can tell us about what's going on in modern times today. So for the vocabulary, you're going to head over to Quizlet. So when you click on this slide, it has the links for Quizlet and then also the link to quizzes because you requested quizzes. So this is a link to Quizlet. You can check out the flashcards, go through them, try to figure out what the words are. Convection is the one we learned about, practice a little bit, and then you can start playing quizzes. So you're going to enter your name, and then you're just going to play and see how well you do. And just compete against both our team and the other team. So use your first name and last initial as your username, and then you're just going to compete and see who can win. And then the next part, I'm going to put in a separate video. So stay tuned for